in the 1990s. I hate to say it, people are suing Ozzy Osbourne and Judas Priest, saying records are... I mean, look back to the 1950s. They said rock and roll was going to end the world. It doesn't go away. The same arguments are here. It's just that they've gotten more powerful.
You know, a curious thing about the Judas Priest album, they're saying about how the backward masking was saying to kill yourself. But what it really turned out to be, the backward masking in Judas Priest albums say, work at ShopRite, move into your parents' basement, and, and never graduate high school.
It's ridiculous.
Okay, and to that last caller, line one, it's the same thing with what we were saying last week, I think, about the legalization of marijuana. Essentially, it is legal for people who can afford to go out and buy it, period. You know, if you don't want your kids to do it, you can't expect the government to take control of it, because they're not going to be able to. Line 2, you're on.
Is that a residence T-shirt there?
Yeah, it is.
All right. Now, where did you guys come up with? Does Lobster Farm have to do with First Amendment, or what?
Yes, it has a lot to do with the First Amendment, but unfortunately, we'll have to answer that question next.
For everything, like a kid has $20, he goes out and buys marijuana or something. What are you supposed to do, search him?
Of course you can, but if he brings a record into the house and he's playing it, if you have ears, you can hear it. Parents, listen, you got to have a relationship with your kids, right? You can't be with them 24 hours a day. But they're hearing these words in school, on the street.
Oh, yeah, no, I understand that. But, you know, another thing, you know, I was a kid myself. You know, I'm a grandfather, and I'm only asking you this question is because, you know, I think that somebody ought to just, I mean, I'm not against it. I think, you know, we all know the word fuck and everything else. I mean, we use that language. We were all kids at one time. How did we learn these things? We learned it when we were in the streets. But the point is, there has to be somebody that has to say, well, look, is a 15-year-old kid looking to come and buy this record? Well, you're a little too young for this. Maybe you better come in with your parents or somebody and buy it. If your parents say okay, then you can buy it. That's the only thing I would like to see.
Well, my question comes to, where does the 15-year-old kid get the $20? You know,
well, when I was 12 years old, I had plenty of money in my pocket. I used to shine shoes. I used to sell the Daily News and the Daily Mirror for a penny. I mean, I picked up a few bucks. I mean,
if a kid's that responsible that he's working and earning the money, he should be able to spend it on whatever record he wants.
I agree, but I think there's got to be a lineup. I think there should be a lineup to a point. I don't say curb it. You know, I agree what you're saying, but there should be some kind of a, let's say, if a kid goes in a store to buy something that he's not supposed to buy, or go in a drugstore or go to buy marijuana or something like that, you know, you say, well, you know, you're too young for it. You know,
well, those things are illegal, though. Here's the scary thing about the records, though. Where do you draw the line?
I agree with you.
Where do you draw the line?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Which words can't you say? Which words can you say? Yeah, I mean, you say your grandfather. You've heard of Red Fox. He's been around for 30, 40 years.
Actually, hey, listen, I love dirty stories. What are you kidding? Well, I'm a guy, you know. I love that stuff.
Hey, okay.
And I love my grandchildren to know, my grandkids to know this. My grandson comes up to me and says, hey, Grandpa, I saw a new girl. I mean, what am I going to do? Tell him it's no good?
Here's the point, though.
Thanks for calling.
Grandpa loves the farm.
Those records have been around for 30 years. Red Fox, Comedians. Why all of a sudden Two Live Crew? I mean, Beastie Boy, you got Andrew Dice Clay. Why Two Live Crew? Think about that. Who's making this decision in Florida against this group, an independent
group? It's the strangest damn thing. It's the strangest damn thing I've ever heard.
We can talk about racism. We can talk about First Amendment.
Okay, thanks for calling, Line 2. We appreciate it, but we have to move on now. Line 3, go ahead.
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah, but why are you speaking to a paper cup? That's my question. Line 4, go ahead.
Hi, I'm a chubby chaser. I'd like the two in the middle to do a sandwich with me.
Line 1, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. One day we will abolish the courts, the executive branch, and the Congress, and then we will deal with people like you.
Thank God.
Thank God. You know,
I'm counting the days, man.
It sounds like he's a big fan of Ezra Pound. Line 2, go ahead.
Hey, John, how you doing? I got a question for you guys. Do you all pick up the ads?
Do we what? Take what?
I don't know.
That person hung up
take
on
it
us.
on the lam?
We take it on the lam. Yes, we do. Line 3.
This is the greatest show on cable TV, Lobster Farm. You all fucking four guys look like lobsters, you know?
All right. Thanks for fucking calling, man. Line 4, you're on.
Yeah,
we got 2 minutes left. Make it quick.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, my question is, how does an unintelligent fat cunt...
See, you know, because that's the same guy who's talking into that Winn-Dixie cup. Okay.
Yeah, you're supposed to use it at the other end.
Yeah, obviously you're not very good at this, pal, because if I can censor you, and we don't censor anybody, we're doing pretty good. How many? We got, okay, line go.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi. What's the attorney's name?
Michael Brooks.
He's wonderful. I really think your video is really clever, and I want to commend you for pulling off a really good job and what looks like a low budget. But no insult intended. I really think it's really well done and really clever. And whatever happened to Lenny Bruce? I thought he already died for our sins. Bye-bye.
Yeah, no kidding. Thanks for calling, Line 1.
He did, but the generation, you forget. People have to be reminded.
You can't forget Lenny Bruce, but people do apparently. Line 2, go ahead.
I fucked your mother.
I fucked yours.
Lenny
Line
Bruce.
3, go ahead. That was
Lenny Bruce.
I love you, John.
Okay, thanks for calling. That's the guy who shouldn't have sneakered. Line 4, go ahead.
Yeah, have you ever heard of Guar? And if so, what do you think of them getting arrested in North Carolina?
Well, who?
Well, who getting arrested in North Carolina?
Guar? For wearing a fake penis on stage?
Huh. That's interesting. What do you think
Who
about
did
that?
it? I
We're not
couldn't
quite-
understand
I-
what
not-
you said.
Nor do we believe you. Line 1, go ahead.
How much do you make a week?
Okay.
How much do we make?
I'd say between the three of us, we probably lose somewhere between $20,000 and $40,000 a week. Thanks for calling.
Charities.
I guess we can just run the music now, huh?